sex and gender. Section 1. What I believe about the gender gap in pay all over the world is it exists because it has always been the men that run the business, the big business work. The way I see it is that women did not begin to work until men had to go to war. Women were meant to stay at home and cater for their children, husband, and the chores of the house. With time, women proved themselves they could take care of more than just the house. When war happened, they took care of their jobs, home, and their children. The women did not have the right to vote until the 1920s. There's literally a 19th Amendment that says the American women have the right to vote. The gender gap in pay exists all over the world because it has always been like this. Yes, women have gained some rights in the last century, but the gap in pay still exists. I think it will exist for a while. Section 2, what I think about inequality, the gender inequality. When men get promotions at work, they have been at the company for less than the woman, and I consider that gender inequality. I don't consider it gender inequality if we both have roughly the same qualifications to get the promotion, but when the other person has no experience and it's not even close to having the same credentials but still gets the promotion, I believe that in gender inequality, but still gets the same promotion, I believe that is gender inequality. Some women have given literally their all in the company and they hardly get a raise. I have seen this happen before. Some women are about to retire from the company, but they didn't even get a raise because they're women. Men get a raise after less than 6 months of being there. And I do not discriminate against hard work. I do not hate on people putting in work. But when women are not allowed to have those extra hours and they are willing and capable of doing to get the promotion, that is gender inequality. I have seen it a lot in the works that I've been, and how would I have to work like 10 times harder to get the promotion that I wanted in a job as a manager. And this was just a simple job, Taco Bell. I worked there for 7 years, but it took me at least 3 to get the manager position, when these men that would come in and just be like, well, I have this X amount of kids, I need the promotion now, what do I need to do? I had offered that to the table and I still didn't get it until 3 years later, but I kind of had to continue to push, kind of, it's a little annoying, but I wanted the position, I needed it, I had kids as well, and I was more capable of doing it, and just as those other people were. That's just one example that I have experienced with, and I've seen it in the workplace. Section 3, if we were to have some changes in gender roles and stereotypes today, it would make the future look hopeful. For example, in our household, there is nothing wrong with me taking a break right now to go to school and homeschool the kids. My husband does not expect me to have dinner ready because he knows that 2 days out of the week I'll have homework, or I will be busy with the kids with martial arts classes. He does not believe that I'm just an emotional needs, protection, and caring person. He knows I can experience all those things, but he doesn't classify me as oh, you need to have dinner, have the chores done, or, you are not worthy, or, how men portray the women to be. So the changes, he knows that I experience these things as a woman, but he doesn't classify me as that. The changes that gender role and stereotypes can affect our lives tomorrow and in the future in a way that looks like a 50-50 agreement. For example, my husband and I, that we know that we both can't go to school at the same time. he is the one that works, and I have to leave my job to pursue my goal and better for a household of 7 people. He knows that when I hopefully finish school, he will have the opportunity to go back to school and get his certification in order to get the position he wants at work. What I admire about this is that he's not thinking about, oh man, I can't see myself being a stay-at-home dad, or like, oh, I'm not gonna be stay-at-home dad, I gotta be the man of the house, or this looks, ridiculous. Men should not be doing this. He doesn't think that way. On the other hand, he is actually excited about it because all we see is that we are working together, and this will help us in the long run in our future and our lives, because we'll have, we both will have a sustainable, an equal sustainable, household that make a good income, and all that took was for us to put our, thoughts about what society have on gender stereotypes and the gender roles, and just work together. A lot of men actually out there don't think that being a stay-at-home dad is cool or is okay. Like they get name called, and all that stuff. But what I like it is that this is our household and that's what we believe in, and hopefully this works for us no matter what society says. And then the future looks hopeful because I have seen some individuals let their wives go and work and give them a chance to get out there and pursue their dreams. A person should not be defined based on their gender. Women are becoming entrepreneurs and billionaires, and that is how I know the future looks hopeful. There's women that have their own businesses. There's women that work from home. Well, there's in this little area where I live in Clarksville, there are these women that have businesses, realty businesses, and they're making bank, and their husbands are right next to them and praising them like, go, and if we just had a lot more of this and out in the world, then maybe the world would be a better place.